Whew. Yo, what's up, sports bettors? So let's hit some bets. Let's make some money, and we'll go from there. So, okay, we got a big NBA slate. We have our net profit and loss here. So we were up 4K, went down 1K. Again, there's going to be swings in profit. 2.9K profit if you would have tailed everything given out on these YouTube, Twitter live streams. So let's see how we do today. We'll find some bets. We'll hit some bets, all with a mathematical edge, a mathematical profit margin, and we'll go from there. Again, if you want to see the sheet, you want to tail the bets, all live bets from OddsJam. And we'll also discuss some promos and stuff like that. Go to YouTube. There's a bit.ly link in the description of this live stream that you can click on to see everything we have bet, everything open, and if we make money. So this bet actually won, so that is good, which will take our profit up a bit. So we're up roughly 3K in 10 days, 11 days, something like that, and let's see if we can keep it going. So we'll go to OddsJam. We can also go to promos really quickly. This I bet. I think it's really good. So if you haven't bet it, I'd recommend betting this. The game starts in like 10 minutes. I won Duke both to win, boosted from plus 115 to plus 160. It was really good when I checked, so probably worth betting. So we can click in here. Let's start with Looney over 11.5 rebounds on Caesars. So you can see this bet has the highest EV. It's absolutely insane. So we can go here, and we want to, try to move quick because this bet's clearly really freaking good. Plus 115 odds. It's an ARB to DraftKings. It's an ARB to Pinnacle. So we'll go to the Rockets-Warriors game. Try to go quickly. We'll search it. I'll drink my alcoholic drink while it loads. And then we'll go to player props and see if we can get in on it in time. Again, it's not always going to happen, but sometimes you get lucky. So we can see Looney over 11.5 plus 155. That's what we wanted. I'll add it to my bet tracker. And I actually have to log into TwinSpire. So give me 1 sec to do that. But we got that bet down on Caesars. So pretty hyped about that. And then we can go here. And then, okay. 1 second. Oh, come on, baby. Okay. So first bet down, we have Looney over 11.5 rebounds. Let me share my screen again. We're all logged into the accounts. Okay. And then we have our first bet, which has an insane profit margin to it. I mean, it's literally an ARB to DraftKings. It's an ARB to the sharpest sportsbook in the world. Like, this is a bet you want to be on. 13.52% edge. So you're getting the return, right, of the stock market over the return of the stock market, which is 8% a year. You're getting 14%, and this game starts in like an hour and 10 minutes. So in 4.5 hours, you're going to have back a 13.52% return, which really is pretty insane. So we'll go here, and we have Looney over 11.5 rebounds, and this bet was on Caesars. We threw $250 on it, 13.52% EV, which means the expected profit of our bet is $33.80. So an absolutely insane bet. Pretty happy about it. Looks like I still have to go through and grade some of these NFL ones, but I'll remember to do that later. I'm not sure if this bet won or lost, so let me just do this and then do this. And okay, so we have our first bet down from the OddsJam plus EV page. Again, if you wanted to, you could have ARB'd it with DraftKings, turn a risk-free profit, but the plus 155 is like the really good bet, so that's what we ended up going with. So I'll refresh. We can see now there's a play on Curry. So if we wanted to, we could try, we can try to move quick and get in on this bet. You can see it's green right here. This check mark indicates that I added this bet to my bet tracker. So we can go to Curry over 7.5 assists. So this is also in the Warriors game. It seems like lines are moving around in the Warriors game. So we'll go to Curry, and we can go to alternate assists over 7.5 plus 136. So kind of similar. We'll try to bet 250. FanDuel's like, yo, you've made way too much money off us. We'll give you 110.3. So not as good as plus 140, but still plus 136. We could arb it with DraftKings. It's an arb to Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook in the world, 14.22% return, right? So another insane bet we just got down. I don't know what's happening in this Warriors game, but clearly lines are moving around. So we got Curry plus 136, Curry over 7.5 assists. And then we got 110.3, and then we can actually calculate the EV of this bet, right? So we have the market on Pinnacle, minus 104, minus 128. So if we go to a zero VIG calculator, the zero VIG line, once you remove the juice, you remove the VIG, which is how sportsbooks make the money, the fair line is plus 110, and we got plus 136, which is obviously much better than plus 110, which is the true odds or the fair odds or the zero VIG odds, zero juice odds, whatever you want to call it, the true price, right? The way that sportsbooks make money, they don't charge you a fee. They don't charge you a fee for placing a bet. They VIG or juice their markets, right? They add VIG to their markets. So what you're doing as a sports bettor is you want to remove the VIG, remove the juice using a no VIG fair odds calculator to find the true odds for a bet or the fair odds for a bet. So 110.12, our bet has a win probability of 47.59% according to the zero VIG line from the sharpest sportsbook in the world, right? So we'll go here and then we got plus 136 on this bet. This bet has a 47.59% win probability. So the EV, right, on an $100 wager is 1231, right? So 12.31%. And we, bet slightly more than that. So our EV is now 1358. So we have two bets with an expected profit margin of 47.38, right? And this, expected profit column is basically just this EV percentage. So we'll go back here. It's just, this bet is still clearly insanely good. So I can add it to my bet tracker here. And again, the OddsJam bet tracker, it's about to start auto grading bets. And it is an extremely, extremely powerful tool, the OddsJam bet tracker, because it shows you how your bets are performing versus the closing line, right? So the OddsJam bet tracker shows you, how your bet is performing versus the closing line on Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook in the world, right? All that matters in the long run as a sports bettor is consistently beating the closing line, right? So here we had, LeBron James under 7.5 assists. The market closed minus 134 and we got minus 115, right? Our bet was at minus 115. So we beat the closing line, right? Which is optimal. So again, if you're new to OddsJam, if you're new to, the product or anything like that, I would highly recommend going to OddsJam. There's an email list sign up. We will send you information about some of the best sports betting promos. We will also send you 3, positive EV, mathematically profitable bets per day. So just tell us your state, tell us the best email address for you so you can stay up to date on the best promos like this odds boost I just showed you that you don't want to miss, which is I won Duke both to win, boosted from plus 115 to plus 160. Insanely profitable. And of course, will this specific bet win? I don't know, right? But over the course of the long run, when you're placing bets with a mathematical edge as a sports bettor, you will make money. So we can go back here and it's like, okay, we can, find some other bets to place. And here we have another, Davian Mitchell. This just popped up. Again, the sports betting market, it's not like static, right? Lines are always moving. Players are getting injured. Sharp action is coming in and moving lines. So the more you use OddsJam, the more, value you're going to get from it. So here we can see Davian Mitchell, over 4.5 assists, plus 150. It's an ARB to DraftKings and Pinnacle. So 9.75% EV, which means if we bet $100 on it, our expected return is $9.75. So we'll go to the next game very quickly, hopefully. So we can go here and then we can go to the next game. And again, like the reason OddsJam is so powerful is it is constantly scanning the markets for you to try to identify good bets, right? So we'll do this and we'll place 250 on it. And then I'll add this bet to my bet tracker right here. And give me 1 second. So Twin Spires is still logged in. FanDuel is still logged in. So I'll stop sharing my screen for 1 second. This logged me out. Okay, come on. And then we can go to this. And then I want to hit this. Okay. Okay. So I'm back. Share my screen. And here we are. So let me just refresh this. And this bet has a 9.75% edge. We just threw $250 on it. So this is in the Knicks Kings game. Davion Mitchell over 4.5 assists plus 150. Value in the odds, right? So Davion Mitchell over 4.5 assists. We got this plus 150. Hopefully you tail it. You know, if you would have tailed everything we had so far, you would be up freaking, you know, 3K. So again, just go to YouTube. Check the description. There's a bunch of sports books that you should sign up for, right? You can see like we spread around the love. I'm in Arizona. I have 5 sports books pulled up. You need multiple sports books to be successful, right? You need multiple sports books. If you sign up for the OddsJam email list and you don't have FanDuel and there's a good bet on FanDuel, you're not going to be able to bet it. If there's a good promo, you're not going to be able to bet it. So you need as many sports books as possible in your state. And what's crazy about the US is there's tons of sports books, but each sports book is only in a few, right, particular states, at least some of them. Like Twin Spires is in Arizona, it's in Colorado, it's in Pennsylvania, but it's not in, you know, like Indiana. Well, I think it is in Indiana, but not like Iowa and New York and stuff like that. So sports books depend, right, on the specific state you're in. So here's another good bet, right? Christian Wood over 2.5 assists. You can get it plus 165 on Caesars. Insane value. The sharpest sports book in the world is only giving you plus 129. So the zero vig line, right? Once we remove the juice from Pinnacle's market, the market of the sharpest sports book in the world, the fair price would be plus 145. And we're getting plus 165, right? So this is another bet I want to be on. So I guess we're mainly, you know, I'm mainly betting on Caesars so far. So we'll go here, Christian Wood. This is in the Rockets-Warriors game. And we'll go down here, and then we'll go to player props, try to move quickly before some mean guy moves the line on me. And then we'll go to, what was this guy's name? Christian Wood, over 2.5, plus 165. This is what I wanted. So I'll hit it. Okay. And then 1 sec. Let's do this. Okay. Long day. So share my screen. We'll go back here and we'll go to OddsJam and we'll refresh this page. Hopefully you can tail this bet. And we have Christian Wood over 2.5 assists. Over 2.5 assists. We got this bet plus 165 for $250. Man, I already forgot the edge on this bet, but whatever. I'll try to figure it out. So this one was 9.75%. This one is 7.84%. And again, like the way to think about this is this game starts at 6. It's 5 p.m. currently. This game's going to be over in 4 hours, and your expected profit margin is 9.75%. Absolutely insane, right? Absolutely insane. So 9.75 and 7.84. So 9.75 and then 0.784. And that's definitely wrong. There's supposed to be another 0. So our edge is roughly 8% on this bet, right? So this, your EV percentage, also referred to as your profit margin, or also, you know, your edge as a sports bettor. You want to look for bets with edge. So we have 4 mathematically profitable bets placed. Again, if you want to see the sheet, if you want to tail them, go to YouTube, go to the description, click the link. There's a bit.ly link to the live bet sheet, and this will allow you to track it. And you can see, like, you know, we're now up 91.35 in EV. Do I know anything about these freaking players? No. Do I plan on watching these games? Absolutely not. I'm just trusting the math, trusting the data. Here we can see Caesars is giving us plus 150 on this market. The other side of the market, right, this Davion Mitchell, DraftKings on the under, they both have minus 150. So it's just very clear, right? Caesars is the outlier, and they're just giving you insane value, right? FanDuel has this plus 128. DraftKings has it plus 110. Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook in the world, has it plus 113. We're getting plus 150. This is an incredible bet. Will it win? I don't know, right? But that's not the point. The point is if you're betting at odds that are above the true price or the true odds, you will make money in the long run. A specific bet may not win, right? But you have the mathematical edge, right? The way to think about this is like, we're flipping a coin. That coin would be 50% to land on heads, 50% to land on tails. And if I tell you, yo, I'll give you $110 if it lands heads, you give me 100 if it lands tails, you should want to flip that coin with me all day long, right? There's a 50% chance of heads, 50% chance of tails, yet I pay you $110 if it's heads, and you only give me $100 if it's tails. It's not a fair trade, right? And that's essentially what we're looking for using the OddsJam positive EV page, right? We are looking for bets where the odds are above the true odds. And although we may not win that specific bet, we may not, we will win over the course of the long run, which is what we've seen, literally if you would have tailed all my freaking bets live, which were all on live stream, you'd be up 3K, but you're not because, maybe you don't understand the math well enough yet, whatever it is. But this is why sports betting is so important, is because these returns, right, they compound so quickly. We have a 9.75% edge on a bet that will settle in, this game's at 5:30. This, like 3.5 hours, 3 hours, this game's going to be over. We're earning the expected return of the stock market, above the expected return of the stock market in freaking like 3.5 hours. The stock market return for a year, we're earning that in 3.5 hours. That is what is so powerful about OddsJam. And here's the next bet we'll hit. So Clint Capella, over 10.5 points. So I want to go to NBA. And then I want to go to Hawks Raptors. So we'll go to Hawks Raptors. And like you can see that in the so let me just place this bet quickly. Alternate points. You got to know how to navigate the books quickly, right? I've tried to bet 500. I wouldn't actually bet 500, but for the sake of example, FanDuel says no. You've made too much money off us. You get 140, 150. It's like, okay, I mean, is what it is. I understand. Clint Capella over 10.5 points, and this bet was at plus 106 odds. And how much did FanDuel limit me to? 140, 150. And it's like, okay, FanDuel limited me to 140, 150. This bet has a 6.95% profit margin. So what I'm doing as a sports bettor is, right, I'm like forming my own little hedge fund. All of these bets have edge right there, mathematically profitable above the true odds price from the OddsJam plus EV page. And I'm just letting those returns compound and compound and compound, right? Like on a daily basis. Now, some of my bets are in the future, right? Like I have some soccer bets that take longer to settle, but you get the point. Like, so this bet won, heck yeah, 49ers Rams under 23 first half points. So I guess I didn't go through and finish grading these, but this was at plus 100 odds on a live stream. So we're up $250 from that. Travis Kelce receptions, I don't know, this other stuff I have to go through and grade. But regardless, we're up, something like 3K, 3.5K, whatever, somewhere in that range. I just have to finish grading a few of these. Joe Burrow passing attempts that I also have to grade. I'm not sure if it won, over 24.5 passing completions. So we'll go back here, just hit refresh. You can see some insane line movement in the frickin' Hawks Raptors game. I mean, again, like OddsJam is a product where you never know when the best bets are going to occur. Let's say Steph Curry gets injured tonight. Lines are going to frickin' rip around in the Warriors game because everything has to change, right? Klay Thompson, his points market, he's probably going to have the ball more. You'd expect his total points to go up. The total amount of points in the game will change. Everything changes when, something happens, right? And it's same with like the Super Bowl, right? If the weather forecast drastically changes, the whole total points market has to move. If it's super windy, whatever, then like player props, passing props maybe come down. All these opportunities are constantly in flux. You never know when the best bets are going to occur. You never know, right? So this is something where you're not going to be successful NBA betting if you're logging in 10 minutes before a game and just hitting a bet. It's not possible, right? Because these lines are always constantly moving, and great bets with a mathematical edge, you never know when they're going to occur. So we'll go back here. I'll refresh this, and this obviously is really the page you should be living on. You should be using the OddsJam bet tracker. This bet tracker is about to start auto grading bets. And again, all you want to see is freaking green, right? I want all my bets to close, to have positive CLV, right? in positive closing line value, right? I want to beat the closing line. If you are beating the closing line consistently as a sports bettor, and by the way, the OddsJam bet tracker is free, odds comparison is free, our free bet, conversion tool is free. So a lot of free stuff on OddsJam. Even if you're like, yo, screw you guys, I'm not paying for a subscription. It's like, yeah, that's fine. This bet tracker is incredibly valuable. Just create an account, track your bets, see how often you're beating, the closing line, right? You want this number when you are actively tracking your bets, and I'm on a test account, so it's not working. But like, you want this number to be as high as possible, right? You want to be beating the closing line, because that is the number one indicator of profit margin and like if you make money or not as a sports bettor. And you can go to our blog. We have tons of content. Just type in like CLV, closing line, whatever. And you can see like Randall has some videos explaining it, stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. And then we can go back here. We can go to the positive EV page and we can hit some bets. And you can see there's some live bets on here. Live betting, the tool for live betting is it's like $9 a day or something on OddsJam. So that may be worth your time to check out. Live betting is really profitable. The opportunities are really good, but also unsurprisingly, lines move a lot faster, right? We've already shown in all my live streams, I'm not going to be able to get down every bet I want to, because lines move. And when a bet is really good, it's not going to be around forever, right? The odds will come down as more and more people bet it, right? So with live betting, though, you have the fact that every, change in possession can impacts the odds of the game, right? So Drexel right now is plus 115. This is a positive EV live bet on Drexel plus 150 money line. But like, let's say UNC Wilmington hits a 3 right now. This, this Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook in the world, could move up to plus 145, right? So live betting is very hard because every, point, every change in possession drastically impacts the game, right? So we can go here. We can see what else we like. So we can see if this is still available. I'd be pretty shocked because I've been blabbing away and haven't really checked. But if we go here, and then where do we find half? We have half right here. Then we want first half total points under 110 minus 112. So I want under 107.5. Let's refresh. Make sure it's still good. So first half alternate total points, I want under 107.5. Is this still going to be available? Wow. Still freaking available. So I'm going to try to hit it for 250. FanDuel's like, yo, you're too sharp. You've made too much money off us. We'll give you 115.40. So I'm like, okay, I'll add this to my bet tracker. So now we have another mathematically profitable bet that is not correlated, right, to our other mathematically profitable bets. So I've hit 5 bets today, 5 player props, and now I just added this bet. So under 107 first half Raptors game. And it's at plus 130 odds for 115.40. So plus 130 odds for 115.40. And the EV of this bet was, let me see. The EV of this bet was 9.3%, which is pretty cool. So I'll refresh this and then I'll put in 9.3% here. So this is the number I really care about, right, as a sports bettor. Expected profit, EV. My bet on this under 107.5 first half total points in the Raptors-Hawks game has an EV or a profit margin of $10.73. Will this specific bet win? I don't care, right? I don't really care. Of course, I want it to win, but all I care about is seeing this expected profit number go up and up and up, because this number, net profit, will have swings, right? We'll go through some losing streaks. We lost money the past couple days. We went on an absolute tear, a few days in, and we went up like 4.2K or whatever it was. This number, net profit, will have swings just due to variance, right? But all I care about is the sum of expected profit number, because over the course of the long run, due to the law of large numbers, these two numbers will end up very close together, right? Our mathematical edge, or EV percentage, or profit margin, will closely match net profit. Like if me and you have a coin, it's 50-50 to be heads or tails. And I'm like, yo, I'll give you $110 if it's heads. And you're like, yo, I'll give you $100 if it's tails. That coin still may show up tails twice twice in a row. There's a 50% chance of it showing up tails every time. So you could lose money initially. But the thing is you have the edge, right? So over the course of the long run, you will guaranteed make money, right? If we flip that coin 50 times, whatever, there's literally almost a 0% chance that I will have made money in this like coin flipping trade, right? So as a sports bettor, you may lose your first few plus EV bets, but it's all just part of the process. And when you have the edge as the sports bettor, you win in the long run, right? It's why a casino doesn't freaking care if you go into the casino and you win $400 on the roulette wheel betting on red. They don't care, right? Because they know you're an idiot for playing roulette. And over the course of the long run, they just rake in money from roulette because the numbers are in their favor. And that's what you're doing as a sports bettor with the OddsJam Plus EV page is you are getting odds or numbers in your favor. You are getting bets where the odds that you are betting on are above the true price or the fair price. So that's pretty cool. So Jason Tate over 12.5 points. So let's try to hit this. Okay. Then we can go here, and I don't want these sports books to log me out. So let me just refresh Caesars. Let me refresh WinBet. Let me refresh DraftKings. And again, even if you're not paying for OddsJam, like make sure you're using the bet tracker to just see if you're beating the closing line as well as track, your net profit and loss. So we can go here, and now we're on the Rockets game, and I want Tate over 12.5 points, plus 116. So I'm going to try to go there. And I'm going to go to player points. You got to know how to navigate quickly, right? You got to know how to move around the books, and we can go here. Over 12.5 plus 116. I'll try to bet 250 on it. FanDuel's like, yo, you've made too much money off us. You get 129.30. And I'm like, okay, word. Tate over 12.5 points. Warriors game will make it easier for me to grade. I got plus 116 odds. 129.30. 129.30. Do I know anything about this guy? No, and I don't care, right? All I know is this bet is 6.69% EV to the zero vig line from the sharpest frickin' sportsbook in the world, Pinnacle, and it's an ARB to DraftKings, which increases my confidence that this is a great bet. So 129.30, 129.30, boom. And then the EV of this bet or the profit margin was 6.69%. So I have another mathematically profitable 6.69. So 6.69%. So now, I am whatever, like 865 richer in EV. Will this specific bet win? I don't know. I don't care, right? All I know is I have the mathematical edge as a sports bettor, and over the long run will make money. So I hit the bet. And added it to my bet tracker so I can ensure that my bets, when the lines close, are consistently beating the closing line, right? Not every bet is going to generate positive CLV, but you want to see more green than red, right, in your bet tracker. So anyways, we'll go back here. We'll go to the ARB page. So you can see like there's some live ARB betting opportunities. If you're interested in that, it's $9 a day. Check it out. Just go to OddsJam, click on a blurred out odd. If you're really fast at navigating sportsbooks, you may get a lot of value out of it, right? It really just depends. So this bet looks kind of interesting, right? Like plus 104. It's not technically positive EV. Pinnacle hasn't posted markets, but every other book has this minus 120 or minus 107. So I'm going to dabble in it. Why not? Rangers, Panthers, under 6.5 goals for tomorrow. So let's go to FanDuel. Okay. I'm going to go to here, and I'm going to go to Rangers, Panthers, under 6.5. Try to bet 250. They say you get 240.4, and I'm like, okay. And again, just looking at the data, right? There's an ARB right here. I could place a bet on both sides. Maybe I will place a bet. So FanDuel gave me 240.04. So if I bet 245 on DraftKings, I make a risk-free 480 or WinBet. So we can go to WinBet, give WinBet some love, and we can go to ice hockey. And then we can go to the Rangers game tomorrow over 6.5 plus 100. I bet 245.21, and I make a risk-free 481 in profit, right? That is arbitrage betting. I'm just going to put 245 on it, and sure. So now I am $5 richer, 481 richer. which will be, whatever, pretty cool. Now I can buy, and it logged me out. So let me stop sharing my screen for a sec. And again, we're just using data to inform our decisions. We have an ARB. An ARB literally means you can make risk-free profit as a sports bettor. And granted, I'm limited on FanDuel, so it's not like, I'm breaking the bank over here. But this took me freaking 3 seconds to bet. Just having OddsJam, we bet over 6.5 plus 100. We're getting plus money on both sides. I bet this, and now, hey, I'm 481 richer. So that's not bad. So I'm just going to add this in here. And this is Rangers, over 6.5, under 6.5 ARB, FanDuel win bet. So that's pretty cool. And again, like if you're confused, oh my gosh, you can make risk-free money sports betting. How? Just go to the blog, type in arbitrage. You'll see we have some like great blog posts about it, whatever. You can learn about it. I've discussed it in other videos, kind of gone through the math. We have a full-length YouTube video on it. I don't really feel like going over it again, so I won't. But that's pretty cool. So I already bet this too. I mean, you got to get some Super Bowl sweat, right? Like I'm literally going to have 100 bets placed by the time it's the Super Bowl. On the Super Bowl, they will all be mathematically profitable and have an edge. I bet it earlier. So let me go to DraftKings. I can go to my bets. Log buyers, please don't log me out. WinBet, please don't log me out. FanDuel, please don't log me back here. Wi-Fi, please be faster. And then we can go back here. And all I really care about is seeing this number, net profit and sum of expected profit go up. So, right, if the EV of a bet is 10%, that means you bet $100 on it, your expected profit is $10, right? So all we're doing here is we're summing your sum of expected profit, right? And then we have our net profit number. So the net profit number moves, right? This won't solely go up. Of course, we're only going to place bets with a mathematical edge or profit margin. So this number will strictly go up. This number will have swings just due to variance, right? Sometimes you have a great bet and it loses. It's part of the game. The only way you can't lose is arbitrage betting, which we literally just showed, right? I bet this plus 104. It's now down to minus 128. And we made a risk-free $5. Not bad. Not bad, if I say so myself. So we'll go back to the plus EV page. Clint Capella under 9.5 rebounds. I mean, seems pretty good. So, pretty tight market width too. Only 18 cents of market width on the sharpest sportsbook in the world. So we can go to the Hawks Raptors game and we can hit the bet, right? And again, like the general premise of plus EV betting. So we want to go to total rebounds, Atlanta Hawks, Clint Capella under 9.5 plus 100. I'll throw 250 on it. Boom. And this is 6.84% edge. I'll add it to my bet tracker. So we'll go here. So under 9.5 rebounds, Clint Capella. And again, like these betting opportunities are changing all the time. And also we're placing bets on a variety of sports books. So like you need multiple sports books to be successful. So go to the description on this YouTube video, click every sports book, sign up for every single one, right? You need more sports books to be successful. You will not make money. It is literally impossible to make money with one sportsbook account. You need as many as possible in your state. Colorado has like freaking 25 sports books. Some of them are offering like $2,000 deposit bonuses. On Caesars in Arizona, they're giving you $1,000 in a free bet match. You bet 1,000, they just give you $1,001 just for signing up. It's absolutely insane, freaking insane, right? So, sign up for Caesars, sign up for all these books. A lot of them have these great sign up bonuses, and like, there's a lot of value, right? So don't log me out. So you can see right here, I have that Bengals bet. So Bengals, whatever, like plus 4.5. Minus 145. I hit that earlier. So because I didn't bet it now, I won't include it in this like live bets from OddsJam EV screen. Again, if you want to go to this sheet, just go to YouTube, go to the description, click all the links, Sign up for all the sports books you don't have. You need more sports books to be successful. I've had over maybe 50 at this point. Just since I started betting on sports forever ago. I mean, all the offshores, all the freaking regulated books, use them all at some point, basically. Some are better than others, but overall, pretty cool. So here we have another ARB. So again, like the general premise with EV betting is whenever you have an ARB, like here we have an ARB between FanDuel and WinBet, we can make a risk-free profit by placing a bet on both sides, right? We can make a risk-free profit. Let's go to Jalen Green. Anyways, I got to talk less if I want to actually be able to bet these before the line moves. So we'll go to Jalen Green and the Rockets game. We go to here. We go to Rockets. And then we want to go to Jalen Green over 12.5, over 14.5 plus 124. So Jalen Green over 14.5 plus 124. Cool. FanDuel is going to say you get 120.95. You've made way too much money off us. And I'm like, word. And then I pull up the arbitrage calculator. I'm like, okay, word. And they're like, yo, bet 145 on WinBet. And you just made another risk-free $5. And I'm like, yo, I've only been betting for like 20 minutes. And then I go here, and then I go here, and then I go here, and then I go to player props. And I'm like, okay, where do I go next? Where do I go next? And we have under 14.5. And I'm actually getting minus 110, which is even better. So then I'm going to be like, okay, I'm going to go to the odds jam calculators. I'm going to put in plus 124, minus 110, because WinBet is running reduced juice in Arizona, it seems like, in 120.95. And they're like, yo, bet 142 on WinBet, and you make $8 in risk-free profit. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I'll go here, and then I go here, and then WinBet logs me out. So then I stop sharing my screen. And then I'm still going to make a risk-free $8. So then I hit this, and I'm like, okay. And then I place this bet. So then I share my screen again, which I don't want to forget to do because I've done that before. So I share my screen again, and then I hit this. So now we have Jalen Green total points under 14.5, minus 110 on WinBet, over 14.5, plus 124 on FanDuel. Yeah, pretty easy $8 in Jalen Green points. So that's an ARB. I've hit 2 ARBs now. I'm $13 richer. Hopefully you're not a slowpoke. Jalen Green ARB points 14.5. And then this bet was an ARB for $8.07. So I'm $8.07 richer. Again, just due to the discrepancy in odds between bookmakers. Like the power of OddsJam, the power in sports betting comes in the fact that all of these sports books set their lines independently. Here we have a positive EV bet on Iowa. So maybe we will hit a live plus EV bet if I'm lucky. I really wish my internet was faster. So we'll go here. Let's see if we can still get it. We go to here. And we'll go to Iowa. Go, baby, go. We'll try to hit this bet. Baby. Iowa, and it's down to plus 1, right? Just like live bets move real quick. So you really got to be on it, which isn't the worst thing, but, kind of is what it is. So today we've already made $13 risk-free from ARBs, which isn't bad. So we have Austin Pay plus 210, but the market width is a bit higher here. So maybe we want to avoid it, whatever. We can go back here. Maybe I'll call it a day soon. But again, make sure you are using the OddsJam bet tracker, right? Use the OddsJam bet tracker. It tracks your CLV. It's about to start tracking your profit and loss, so you don't have to manually grade things, which is really exciting, and we've been working really hard on that. So I'm very excited about our bet tracker. And the OddsJam bet tracker is free. One other thing I wanted to talk about is the low holds page. So you can see on WinBet, obviously bet a lot of money. I am going to get another $10 free bet. So whenever you place bets on WinBet, they give you reward credit that can be turned into free bets. So I'm going to go here. And this OddsJam low holds page is super cool because it shows you the best free betting opportunities, right? So essentially, I have $20 in free bets on WinBet, 2 $10 free bets. So WinBet tells me, okay, Free bets are worse than cash, objectively worse than cash, because you don't get back your stake if you win. If you want to learn about free bets, again, just go to the blog, search free bets. But we have $20 in free bets. So what I can do is place my $20 in free bets on the Rockets on WinBet, and then I can hedge on FanDuel, and the calculator will tell me how much. Hey, put $65 on the Warriors and put your $20 in free bets on the Rockets at plus 400, and you will get back 72.73% risk-free, right? So I'll go to basketball, and I'll go to the Rockets game. Oh, my God. Come on. So I'll try reloading that. Let's make sure these stay logged in so we can hit some bets. And, of course, Twin Spire's logged out. So let's reload this. Come on. And then we can go to the Rockets game. Oh, my God, it logged me out again. So log back in real quick. Okay, and then let me share my screen again. So now I've shared my screen, and I'm going to place $10 to win 400. So now I have $10 in a free bet on the Rockets, and then I'll place my another $10 free bet on the Rockets. And then what this low holds page shows me is I just hit refresh. This is another free feature of OddsJam. Share it with all your friends. It's really cool. And it shows you, hey, free bets you want to place at high odds. Mathematically, free bets, because you don't get back your stake, you want to place them on long shots. So I'm betting $20 on the Rockets plus 400, and this little calculator called a free bet conversion calculator shows me, hey, bet 65.45 on the Warriors minus 450, and you will get back 72.73% of your money risk-free, right? Risk-free. So 14.55 in risk-free profit from my free bet. So I'll go here. Then I'll go to the Warriors game, and now they're down to minus 480, which is worse. So I missed it, and that sucks, but it kind of is what it is. Again, we've already said some things move. With a free bet, you literally can't lose money, right? And you'll be able to get these conversion percentages often above 85%. Just depends how much you want to look for it. But long story short, I'll just leave my free bet on the Rockets for tonight. Like, all you care about, right, is you want your free bets. So here we can see some of the books on the OddsJam Platinum plan. More sharp books, more data, more knowledge, more power. We have frickin' Westgate, one of the sharpest books in Vegas. Real-time odds feed, very powerful. So OddsJam Platinum plan, get your risk-free month. Just email us, contact@oddsjam.com. Really cool. So like here, I'm getting better odds on WinBet, right, then Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook in the world. So seems like a decent free bet. The only thing you don't want to do is put your free bet on something that's like minus 200, mathematically speaking. So we can go back here. We already bet this Christian Wood bet, whatever. There's some other bets out there, but I think I'm going to call it for now. Maybe I'll get back on live stream later, but let's see this. So we have Curry over 24.5. Doesn't seem particularly great at minus 115. It looks like Pinnacle's ripping towards Curry over, though. So that's pretty cool. So we can go back here. We can go here. And then we can scroll around. And I think I'll call it. We have a bunch of bets open. I hit $13 in ARBs. Risk-free frickin' profit. I'm up 3.3K already. You should have tailed. If you didn't tail all my bets, is what it is. I'll grade the rest of these bets, and let's make some money tonight. And whatever sportsbooks you don't have already, click all the links. You can email us anytime, contact@oddsjam.com, contact@oddsjam.com with questions about the promos, the boosts, whatever. And click all the links in the YouTube description. Sign up for any sportsbooks you don't have. All these sportsbooks have great sign-up bonuses. And again, like we already explained it, if you go to OddsJam and you don't have an account, we have a bunch of free features. Our bet tracker is 100% free. The low holds page, 100% free. Odds comparison free, all extremely useful, right, for free bet conversion, stuff like that. And also you can just give us your email on the homepage, right, oddsjam.com, and you will get sent, the best promos in your location. So you never miss out on an extremely profitable promo like this promo tonight on Caesars. We sent out an email about it. It's super good, super profitable. So just go to oddsjam.com, give us your state, give us your email address. We'll send you the math behind some of the best promos out there, like this one tonight, as well as just a few plus EV bets, per day. So if you're, able to, you can just tail them without having to come on this live stream. You can just hit the, whatever Christian would over 2.5. That would be emailed out to you. You'll get 3 a day. So that's all I got. Thanks so much for your time and have a great rest of your day.